a dream of seeing his two sons happily settled in their life. Okay, so here Willie has lots of problems and situations wherein there are Arthur Miller uses a literary device called a flashback, switch in and switch off, switch in and switch off. So when he feels very sad, he goes back to the blissful days of his life, wherein he was very popular. People were calling from various places, various districts of America, and he was a very popular salesman. And slowly, slowly, in the present day, in the present condition, his status is falling. And as and how it is falling, he is unable to cope up with the pressure. And whenever he feels that he is sad and he is in pressure, the dramatist takes us back to the happy moments of his life. And ultimately, because in pursuit of this American dream, he inculcates all wrong values among his sons, which ultimately leads his to tragic death, as it is there evident in the image. So Willie's son Biff returns home from working as a farm hand in the West. Willie feels Biff could be more successful, but wherein on the one side, on whom he had lots of hope, he doesn't come, he doesn't live up to his expectations. And then that's what prompts him for flashbacks, which makes him very crazy. And his company wherein he works, that also removes him from his job. He is fired. And then wherever he makes, and everyone learns of his troubles with his wife and job. And then he has an affair when he was very much popular and he was earning and he was very reputed at that time. That also prompts him to get involved into an illicit affair with a woman who stays in Boston. And then Biff and Happy come home to find their mom furious about them leaving their dad. Biff says they are all losers. And then ultimately all these things eventually force Willie Loman to commit suicide. And at his requiem, at his coffin, which is there, his son declares that he had dreams, but he had bad dreams, which his wife also endorses. Because of time constraint, I'm unable to go much deep into it. And then let me take up Robert Frost's Stopping by the Woods. In Death of a Salesman, Willie Loman has a brother, elder brother, and he always keeps on telling his son that, see, your uncle Ben will come and we will be waiting for him. Once he comes, we will be all prosperous, we will be all rich. And he tells them to dream of a blissful life only because of Ben, because he had been to jungle, he got lost there, and then he came out. When he came out, he was rich. The concept from rags to riches is very much evident in Robert Frost Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening. So this is again a critique of American dream. Robert Frost says that I want to get lost in the woods, just like that in Death of a Salesman. He wants to get lost in the woods, but he has promises to keep. So here he indicates that I am not going to follow this concept of American dream. It has been a failure. I don't know whether critics have studied Robert Frost's poem from this angle, and this poem has also inspired our late and first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And I leave it open to you whether you accept my perspective or not. It is again debatable, as I expressed earlier. And then one more work which has been adapted into movie. You can see on the left side, The Pursuit of Happiness. It is a biography written by Chris Garner in association with Quincy Troop. which was made in movie. So it was published in the year 2006 and later adapted, which was being directed by Gabriel Musino, and in which you find Will Smith as Chris Gardner, a homeless salesman. Smith's son Jaden Smith co-stars, making his film debut as Gardner's son, Christopher Jr., the screenplay, and so on and so forth. Let me not go much in detail about this. So the American dream was portrayed through Chris Gardner by him overcoming obstacles by having faith. Faith in individual effort can be achieved through Chris' own American dream. So all from the beginning till the end, we can see that he is always behind the pursuit of happiness. He is always in search of happiness. In his pursuit of happiness, he loses his family. His family becomes disrupted. Wife leaves him for not earning much. And then one fine day, what he does, he takes his son along with him. They sleep on the footpath. They don't have money to eat. And one fine day, because of his hard work, dedication, his work has been achieved, and he achieves success. On contrary to the earlier text, this is the positive side of American dream. So in the beginning, we can see that Chris shows faith by trying to sell the bone density scanner in order to achieve his American dream. Even though doors were shut in front of him while selling the scanner, he never gave up. When his scanner was stolen, he did not just leave and say whatever. Chris actually tries to retrieve the scanner again because he had faith that he can sell the scanner. So, as it is said in the Oxford Dictionary, the American dream is defined as the traditional social ideals of the United States of America: life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. People have, let me not go much in detail about it. So here, the pursuit of happiness shows the American dream being the main character. So when he can achieve, why each every individual of America can achieve. So again, it is left to their individual interest whether to accept it or not. And the American dream is achieved by Chris Gardner, main character of this work. So as I said earlier, it has not touched only to the one section of the society, but it has reached out to all sections of the society. Lorraine Hansberry, who is a Black African writer, it has even influenced that writer also to write a play, Rising in the Sun. Harlem Renaissance poet Langston Hughes also lamented that minority groups were never given the opportunity to experience the hope the American dream supposedly provides to its nation's citizens. So in America, Be America Again, it was called. So here, what does Let America Be America Again means? He is giving a call to come back to American dream. Believe in your potential, believe in yourself, believe in your power, and that is how we can do it. So Hughes juxtaposes the image of what American envisions the country to be with his own experience in the country as an African American citizen. So remarking that America never was America to me. So likewise in his 1951 poem, Harlem, Hughes asked the question, what happens to a dream deferred? So you can take this also as an influence of American dream. So here he asks, what happens to a dream deferred? Has it deferred, or is it deferred, or is it being deferred? So these are the questions which have to be asked when it comes to this poem, as well as Robert Frost's topic by the evening. But maybe I may be not able to put it properly. Then these are the things which we can apply for or to. Okay, and then deciding to mimic some of the Hughes themes, Lorraine Hansberry adopted one of the lines from Harlem as a title to her 1959 play, Raising. Hansberry's play for the life of an African American family living in Chicago. In the drama, Lee Younger, the family matriarch, receives insurance money from the death of her husband. She puts a deposit down on a house and gives the rest of it to her son, Walter Lee. Almost predictably, Walter Lee quickly squanders the rest of the money on a get-rich-quick business scheme that fails. All, as has been shown in many of the prior examples, a driving theme throughout much American literature is that the pursuit of monetary gain above all other factors almost inescapably leads to suffering. Excuse me, as we see in Great Gatsby and Arthur Miller, because since we're involved into illicit relationship or unethical activities, there we find that there has been a falling of American dream. So if you indulge, if you involve in good activities and believe in yourself, the American dream can be achieved. So the family expects to experience racial oppression in the white neighborhood which they are moving. They still decide to proceed with the move and to face that problem together. By the play's end, then the family is unified. They have all forgiven Walter. For that, in order to understand, I will not go much in detail about this, but you can just help yourself in reading this drama. Okay. So I don't know, with this I will conclude the presentation. I don't know how much I have been able to convince you. As I told you, but I was preoccupied with some other work, and as I had promised Yahya sir, I just made an attempt. So it's left to you whether you accept it or not. Thank you. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm done with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dear students, if you have any question, because we are facing some problem in the connectivity and the voice is not much clear. So if you have any question, please type it in the message box. Saket will take your questions. Meanwhile, I have an observation, and
Yeah.
I wish that being an expert of American studies, you'll be in a position to clarify it. We see that a lot of American dramatists are writing about American dream. We saw O'Neill criticizing very vehemently about American dream. We see Miller is also very critical of the American dream.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yes, Albee was quite satirical of the American dream. We also have seen novelists criticizing or taking a dig of American dream.
Yeah.
Do you see the poets? I mean, the first mainstream American poets who are critical of the American dream, and if yes, who are those poets?
Yeah, as I told you, as I said earlier also, I don't find much of the poets who have dealt with the concept of American dream. I just used some two examples, but since my forte is drama, I haven't tried my luck into poetry. So it's a angle to ponder about, and definitely in the coming days, I will think about this concept. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
So if you
Saket,
have
is there?
any thoughts about it, you can also throw a light upon.
Yes, sir. Uh, we have with us one more scholar, one more teacher who is also expert in American studies. If Nazish is listening to me, Nazish, do you have any observation, please? Saket, is she here? Nazish Khan.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello, can
Nazish.
you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, Nazish, we can.
Yeah. Okay, first I must extend congratulations to Dr. Fayaz. He presented very well, but there were some technical hitches because of the network. But my expertise or my work is on John Updike, and he has presented the sociological aspect of the society, and he has presented man. I think it is his critique of American Dream, because the way he has presented his characters, they are, although they are doing well, they are prospering, they are affluent, and they are doing well on that account, but there is some a sense of isolation, sense of alienation, which comes in the characters. So I think Mailer and some other contemporary novelists, they are also quite critical about this the success of this American Dream. More or less, what I can think or what I can observe, I think that this American Dream, more or less, it is more on the uh, sorry, this dream is more like it concerns more on the financial well-being or the prosperity, or doing well in society. But as far as the metaphysical spiritual questions of a being are concerned, I think the individuals are left on their own. They have to make their own adjustments in society, and if the person is a deep kind of a person who has spiritual moorings, who has a sense of metaphysical, they have a sense of metaphysical physicality, then of course they feel that they are a misfit in the society, and they feel alienated from it. That's the observation that I have to make. I don't know what Mr. Fayaz has to say about this.
Thank you, Nazish. Thank you so much for your observation. Saket, do we have any question? If not, may we go ahead towards the conclusion of this session, please?
Yes, sir. I can see Ayushi asking a question.
Fayaz, sir?
Fayaz, sir.
Fayaz, sir, maybe take one or two questions. उनकी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
हाँ सर, नहीं आ रही है.
Fayaz, sir, can you hear? Fayaz, sir?
Sir, I think he is unable to hear us.
Fayaz, sir, can you hear? Okay, Saket, please go ahead. Let us conclude.
Yes, sir. There were some technical issues, but so we are also unable to take questions. But on behalf of Karim City College, I thank Fayaz sir for taking out his precious time and delivering his lecture. I thank all the faculty of Karim City College for being here. Students, all the listeners who have been a part, thank you so much for taking out your time and being with us patiently. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saket. Thank you so much, Fayaz bhai. Thank you, Nazish.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine.
Thank you. Thank you. यस भाई, हेलो भाई, हेलो फयाज भाई, हेलो फयाज भाई, हाँ फयाज सर, हाँ there was some problem at the end, your voice stopped coming completely. हाँ, and that's why we concluded, because your voice is not coming, not at all, and we called you once or twice. We wanted to take some questions, so it was there. हाँ, there was some issue. No issues, no issues. It was all very good. The PPT was very brilliant. Really, congratulations to you for such a beautiful and live PPT. It was really very good. मतलब sincerely, it was really very good. हाँ, we know. अल्लाह करे सब ठीक हो जाए, and we are praying that there should be no problem on your side. Inshallah, सब खुदा करे, everything should be all right. Keep in touch, sir. Keep in touch. We are praying for you. Karen, let us be in touch. We are all praying for you here. Yeah. हाँ. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Okay. And things will be all right. Don't worry. Inshallah. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Allah Hafiz, bhai. और साकेत भाई,
Yes, sir. Today we had Safiullah sir
ये
also.
तुम तो साकेत बोलते हैं तो इसमें सर्किट लिखता है, देखते हो
ऐसा आ रहा सर
स्क्रीन पे, सीधा स्क्रीन और सर्किट.
पता नहीं सर.
अच्छा देखो, फिर हम बोल रहे हैं स्क्रीन में तुम्हारे वो टाइप किया हुआ कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है.
नहीं सर.
अच्छा, हमको तो दिख रहा है. तो ये बनारस वाले अलाउ करेंगे हम लोगों को?
हाँ सर बिल्कुल 12:30 आज उन लोगों ने टाइम ही दिया था.
तो नहीं, हम कह रहे हैं कि टू रीड आवर पेपर्स, उसके बारे में बोल रहे हैं.
नहीं सर डोंट थिंक सो. उनके शेड्यूल में कहीं मेंशन ही नहीं था कल, तो सडनली फिर
ये
शेड्यूल जो टाइम था उसके बाद शुरू किया.
मनीष के कॉलेज का एक्सपीरियंस मेरा बड़ा खराब रहा.
लेफ्ट आउट कर गया है था.
हाँ मनीष,
जरूर पूछते सर. हाँ सर था, चला गया वो अभी. जरूर पूछते. ऑनलाइन एक्सपीरियंस खराब रहा सर. जाने पे तो इशू नहीं हुई थी, लेकिन ये वाला एक्सपीरियंस बहुत खराब रहा.
हाँ नहीं, तुम लोग जब गए थे तब तो अच्छा था ना?
हाँ सर तब ठीक था. कोई कुछ उतनी दिक्कत नहीं हुई थी फ्रॉम द ऑर्गेनाइजर साइड. कोई दिक्कत नहीं थी सर.
सही. काशिफ को बोल दिया हमने, वो बना देगा आज.
हाँ सर, बेटर होगा सर। नेक्स्ट हम लोग जो भी मीटिंग अपने डिपार्टमेंट का क्रिएट करेंगे सर, उसी से करेंगे।
हाँ, अपने डिपार्टमेंट का।
हाँ
वो
सर,
शफीउल्लाह भाई वाला जो किया है वो हम लोग, वो हिंदी का जो किया है वो हम लोग ऐसे ही रहने देते।
हाँ सर, वो तो आपके आईडी से क्रिएटेड है सर।
हाँ
शफीउल्लाह सर भी थे आज सर हम लोगों के साथ।
हाँ हाँ हाँ,
अभी भी है, नाम दिख रहा है
कई
सर।
लोग थे।
हाँ सर,
अनवर आलम सर भी थे।
हाँ अनवर सर आए थे आज।
ठीक है,
ये सर मैम वाली आईडी से लॉग आउट हो गए सर, हम वापस से उससे लॉग इन जाके हम मीटिंग का रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ कर दे रहे हैं सर।
हाँ
हाँ।
रिकॉर्डिंग हम लोग भूल गए, देर से शुरू किया। अच्छा लिसन साकेत, आशी सेम 3 के एग्जाम का भी कोई न्यूज नहीं है। जुलाई में आशी, कैन यू लिसन, जुलाई में we will have the semester 1 leftover examinations first.
Sir,
Then,
so what about our internals?